సో ఇప్పటి వరకు మనకి కంప్లీట్ అయిన టాపిక్స్ గురించి ఐ విల్ ఆస్క్ ద ఫ్యూ మోర్ క్వశ్చన్స్. ఓకే. సో ఇట్ లైక్ బ్రష్ అప్ అనుకోండి. ఓకే. um you know yeah, hi Ramesh. And
Yeah,
yeah,
hi.
can you please elaborate with VPC?
Okay. So VPC is nothing but it's a virtual private cloud and it's a region specific. So if I want to connect any EC2 instance from the any EC2 to create any EC2 instances, we will use the VPCs.
Okay. So VPC regional dependent
It's a
or
region specific,
okay, what is
region
it?
dependent.
Okay. Okay, you are and so if we are maintain the workload into the specific data center. So how you are selecting with?
If I want to maintain the specific data in the I mean like in the specific data centers, so as per my understanding, every time we will use the private subnets only to connect to the application and everything. So all the application and database servers will keep in the private subnet. To connect to that private subnet, we will use the jump host or otherwise bastion server.
Okay, yeah, we have web servers and application server and database servers. So we are using public or private subnets.
Private subnets.
So how you are connecting with? So we are using private subnets. How they are connected with internet?
So to connect for suppose if we are using the private subnets, we will use the NAT gateway. To
Okay.
get the internet access, we'll use the NAT gateway.
Oh. Mhm. Okay. Yeah. And what is the difference between NLB and ALB? For your understanding.
Okay. Uh, so the network load balancer will uses HTTP and HTTPS, and application load balancer will use TCP and UDP protocols.
Uh, yeah. No, actually you said
So
reversely.
I'm sorry, I have reversed it. I'm sorry. Correct or not?
It is not
I'm sorry.
reversed.
The network load balancer will uses the TCP and UDP protocols, and ALB will uses the HTTP and HTTPS request. So here, uh, so here the TCP protocols are used for the TCP is nothing but the transport layer protocol, and the UDP is nothing but the user defined protocol. So the TCP protocol will always it is for used for the Zoom meetings and audio and video streamings.
Okay. Yeah. What is the difference between transit gateway and VPC peering?
So transit gateway is nothing but if you for suppose if you want to connect to the multiple VPCs, like for example 10 to 100 VPCs, we will use the transit gateway.
Okay.
So VPC peering is nothing but it is used to connect to the one to one. I mean, like if you want to connect to the two or three more VPCs, we will use the VPC peering. The VPC peering is only useful for in the small companies. Not it is not. I mean, like it is not directly we'll use in the small companies. If we are having the less number of VPCs, we will use the VPC peering.
Okay. And shall I establish the connection between between the different account in a different region?
Yeah, we can achieve by using VPC peering. Also, we can achieve from the different region, different account to the different region also.
So can you please explain what is the difference between EBS and EFS?
Okay. So here, elastic block storage is used for this. It is a single instance block storage.
Hmm?
It is a single instance block storage. How I am telling means suppose whenever we are creating any EC2 instance, by default the root volume will be the EBS,
Okay.
and if I want to connect to the any additional volume, we will use the EBS only. So for that one, we will create the volume. Once the volume is created, we will attach it to the EC2 instance. That is also called as EPS volume.
Uh, my question was what difference between EBS and EFS?
So EFS means it is- so EFS is scalable. Hello.
Yeah, yeah, tell me.
So EFS is a scalable and it is shared the file system that allows the concurrent access for the EC2 instances.
So EBS is a single agent of the servers we can attach. Okay,
Yeah.
EFS is we can mount the multiple agent of the servers.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, if you want to share with, I know EBS is a critical file system mount with the servers.
Yeah,
Uh,
that is called as a root volume. You understood? Understood. So okay, we cannot share the EBS, and if you want, we can share the EFS by creating the snapshots, and we can create the snapshot and attach it to the multiple EC2 instances. Is it correct?
yeah, multiple EC2 instance with the different agents.
Different. Okay.
So
Different
EFS,
availability.
yeah, different availability zone. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
okay. So if you attach with the EBS agent and one and same as server agent should be same if you
Okay.
mount to that. In here, EFS, we can attach it at a time different agents. We call
Mm-hmm.
file sharing. File sharing is possible. We can achieve it in EFS.
Okay.
Okay,
So okay,
and
EBS we cannot do the file sharing. In EFS we can do the file sharing.
file
Okay.
share with different agent of the server. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the difference between internet gateway and NAT gateway?
To allow the internet access for the public subnet, we will use the internet gateway. So NAT is nothing but it is used to allow the internet access for the private subnets.
Okay, and one of the developer asked you to access with the EC2 services visibility only. How can I achieve it?
Access
They,
visibility. So
yeah, EC2 developer, they
may I need to
say,
know that that is an application server or okay. If anything is there, we will use the NAT gateway. We know for that one.
no, no, no. My question was, so one of the developer user, they are able to our AWS
Okay.
account act to visibility
Mm.
of the EC2 services. Only EC2 servers which are running, they are able to
Okay.
see
Okay.
only. So what permission we need to allow and how can I achieve it?
They want to see my EC2 instances.
Yes,
So for that one,
yes.
we will create we will create the IAM role, and for that in that one we will give the EC2 read access only, and we will
Uh,
attach that role to the and we will modify that role to the we will attach that role to the EC2 instance. That is the one way, or otherwise we can use by using the by we can create one user to the developer, and we will give and we'll give him the access.
yeah, and second
IAM
was
IAM user.
second is correct. So I am user related developer. We can console access we can provide, but we can give the permission easy to read only access.
Yes, yes, easy to read only access.
Okay,
That is our. Otherwise,
and
we can use the by creating the policy also we can do. I think.
yeah, yeah, yeah. In the policy we can restrict our permissions.
Mhm.
Okay, and let's okay, that's it. Ramesh.